Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English with Story. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever felt stuck while others move ahead? They succeed. They grow. While you feel left behind. It's not bad luck. It's not lack of talent. The real enemy is ignorance. Not knowing enough. Not knowing how money really works. Not knowing how to control anger or time, not knowing how to direct your thoughts and energy. And when you don't know, life teaches harshly. It teaches with rejection, debt, and regret. It slowly breaks your confidence, piece by piece. But here's the good news. Just 1 hour of learning each day can change everything. 1 hour can place you above 99% of people, because most stopped learning the day they left school. Stay with me, because in this story, I'll show you what to learn, when to learn, and how daily education can transform your entire life. Let's begin with honesty, not comfort or lies. Most people stop learning once school is over. They memorize, pass exams, and then forget everything. They wait for jobs, for money, for recognition. But they forget one brutal, dangerous truth. School may give you a degree, a certificate, but only self-education can give you real freedom. The world is moving forward faster than ever. New technology, new businesses, new opportunities, new risks. But most people stay with old knowledge and habits. So what happens when the world changes completely? They don't know how to manage their finances. They don't know how to handle toxic people. They don't know how to adapt or lead. And then, life teaches them with pain, not books. You didn't study money, and now you're broke. You didn't learn about people, and now you're hurt. You didn't build skills, and now you feel useless. You didn't learn to think, and now you follow. And the crowd you follow is going nowhere. The most dangerous part is simple and scary. You begin to believe that this is normal. You believe failure is permanent and regret is natural. But it is not normal, not permanent, not required. Why are the top 1% still learning? Why are CEOs studying at age 50? Why are billionaires reading 3 hours a day? Because they know education is not a hobby. Daily education is survival, power, and transformation. The poor spend hours on endless entertainment. The rich spend hours on focused education. The average person scrolls through gossip and distraction. The future leader studies, learns, and builds clarity. So let me ask you honestly, did you spend more time scrolling or learning? Think of the calm person you once met. They don't panic, they don't shout, they don't fear. They speak clearly, and people listen with respect. Are they lucky? No. They are prepared daily. When you know more, you fear far less. When you learn daily, you solve problems faster. You know how to act when others freeze. That confidence comes not from talking, but knowing. Two people face the same problem right now. One studied, prepared, and learned strategies. The other guesses, reacts, and wastes time. Who wins? Always the one who studied daily. The world doesn't respect loud voices or noise. The world respects clarity, strength, and wisdom. And clarity comes only from what you learn. Would you rather be the loudest or the clearest? So here is the simple, brutal truth. One focused hour of daily education changes everything. It gives you control, value, and deep respect. It builds a life no one can take away. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. If you study daily, you won't recognize yourself. You will feel stronger, calmer, and more capable. But if you do nothing, nothing will change. You will stay in the same place forever. So the choice is right in front of you. Will you scroll or will you study? Will you stay average or will you rise? The next question is important and practical. What exactly should you learn to build this power? Where should you begin? And what path should you follow? That is what we will discover next together. Because self-education is not about random knowledge. It is about choosing the right areas of growth, the areas that give you freedom, respect, and control. In the next act, we will explore deeply the 5 pillars of daily self-education for success: money, skills, mindset, emotions, and the digital world. These are the tools that shape your entire future. So take a breath, prepare your mind. Act 2 will show you what to learn daily. So now you understand the brutal truth. 1 hour a day can change your entire life. But you might be asking, learn what exactly? Where should you focus? And where should you begin? Education is infinite, but your time is limited. So today I will give you 5 clear pillars. If you study these areas, your future changes. These pillars give you freedom, power, and control. Let's begin with the first pillar, money. Money touches every corner of your life. It decides where you live and how you feel. It influences your health, your freedom, your future. And yet, school never really taught us about money. They taught us algebra, but not how to budget. Here is the painful truth about money. If you don't study it, you will always serve it. You will always work for someone who did. 2 people earn the same salary every month. One spends freely, never studies, never plans. The other reads about money 20 minutes daily. They learn to invest, save, and build assets. 5 years later, their futures look completely different. Question for you. Which person do you want to become? Financial education means learning how money moves, how to earn through jobs, skills, and investments, how to protect money with savings and budgets, how to grow money with compounding and scaling. It's not about becoming a billionaire overnight. It's about becoming free from fear and dependence. Because when you understand money, you don't panic. You plan, you prepare, and you rise higher. The second pillar is about your skills. Remember this truth. You are not paid for time. You are paid for the value you bring. And value comes from skills that solve problems. Without skills, you are replaceable and always struggling. With skills, you are valuable and impossible to ignore. So what should you learn today? Starting small? Copywriting, writing words that sell products, video editing, serving creators and businesses online, sales, the timeless skill for influence and opportunity, public speaking, the art of trust and persuasion, digital marketing, design, freelancing, and coding basics. Most people fail not because they are lazy. They fail because they never built a real skill. They wanted money without value, rewards without growth. Question for you. Which one skill will you sharpen this week? The path is simple, but it requires daily practice. 30 minutes of learning, 30 minutes of doing. 90 days later, you will be transformed. You will stand out because most people never start. The third pillar is invisible but extremely powerful. It is your mindset, your way of thinking, Your mindset decides how you see the world. Two people face the same obstacle right now. One cries, "Why is this happening to me?" The other asks, "What can I learn here?" Same problem, same world, different future. That is the power of mindset education. If you don't train your thoughts, they control you. You react emotionally, you give up too early, you compare yourself, you live as a victim. But when you train your mind daily, you change. You develop resilience, focus, and long-term clarity. You stop chasing quick highs and start building identity. So how can you train mindset every day? Read 10 pages from powerful mindset books. Atomic Habits. The Mountain is You. Can't Hurt Me. Watch one video daily about mental strength. David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL Mindset. Write one short journal entry about your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought helping or hurting me? Question for you, do you control your thoughts or do they control you? Mindset is like armor for your inner battles. Without it, small problems will crush your spirit. With it, storms cannot shake your foundation. Now let's move to the fourth pillar, emotions. Most people lose everything not from lack of skill, but because they never learned to manage emotions. Think about it. People ruin careers because of anger at the wrong time. They destroy relationships because of jealousy or fear. They quit too soon because of rejection or criticism. And the worst part? They call it normal. I'm just emotional. I can't control myself. But emotions can be trained, studied, and mastered. What does emotional education look like daily? Learning to pause before reacting. Learning to breathe before exploding. Learning to sit with sadness without breaking down. Learning to face rejection without losing self-worth. Imagine you finish a project and someone criticizes you. If you are emotionally weak, you break and quit. If you are emotionally strong, you reflect and grow. Same situation, completely different outcome. Question for you. What emotion usually controls you the most? Emotional intelligence is not soft. It is the foundation of wise decisions. Because life is not about avoiding storms. It's about staying calm in chaos and still moving. And finally, the fifth pillar is digital education. We no longer live in the information age. We are now in the automation age. Every business is moving online. Every freelancer is using tools to speed up. Every industry is being reshaped by technology and AI. So let me be honest. Saying I'm not good with technology is dangerous now. It's the same as saying I'm not ready for the future. There was once a woman with a beauty salon. She had skill, talent, and loyal customers. But when lockdown came, she lost everything quickly. She never built a website, never booked clients online. Meanwhile, her competitor used YouTube and Instagram. That competitor doubled her income without leaving home. The difference was not talent. The difference was digital education. So what should you learn daily? How to use simple tools like Canva and Notion. How to use AI tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney. How to design, record, and share content online. How to automate repetitive tasks and save energy. Question for you. What new tool will you learn this week? Digital education does not mean becoming a programmer. It means becoming future-ready in a changing world. It means protecting your opportunities from becoming obsolete. These are the 5 pillars of daily self-education: money, skills, mindset, emotions, and digital knowledge. Together, they form the base of true freedom. Without money education, you remain dependent forever. Without skills, you remain replaceable and ignored. Without mindset, you break under pressure. Without emotional strength, you destroy what you build. Without digital education, you fall behind in silence. But with all 5 together, you become unstoppable. Not overnight, but through daily practice, 1 hour. Question for you: which pillar will you start with today? Now you see the path more clearly. Daily education is not random but focused. It is built on 5 powerful foundations. But our journey does not end here. Because life is not only about skills and tools, it is also about knowing yourself, knowing people, building strong foundations, and solving real problems. In the next act, we go deeper still. We uncover the hidden layers of self-education: self-awareness, street wisdom, inner strength, problem-solving. And finally, we build a plan you can follow daily. So take a breath and prepare your heart, because Act the 3 will show you how to live it. You've learned the 5 pillars already: money, skills, mindset, emotions, and digital tools. But education doesn't end with knowledge or skills. There are deeper lessons that shape your destiny. These lessons are often ignored by schools, but life demands them every single day. They decide whether your growth is stable or fragile. They decide whether you build or break. Let's uncover these deeper layers of self-education. The first deeper layer is self-awareness. You cannot win if you don't know yourself. Most people know their passwords, their blood type. They know their favorite food, their favorite music. But they don't know their triggers or hidden fears. They don't know why they sabotage their own success. So they keep repeating the same patterns unconsciously. They change jobs but still face the same conflict. They change partners but still feel the same pain. Because they never studied themselves deeply enough. One man changed jobs 6 times in 3 years. Every time he blamed the boss or the environment. Finally he asked, "What if the problem is me?" He journaled, he reflected, he faced his patterns. He realized he wasn't angry at others. He was angry at himself for ignoring his dream. Question for you: when was the last time you asked, "What if it's me?" Self-awareness education is daily reflection. Why do I react this way? What gives me energy? What drains me completely? Spend 5 minutes daily in silence. Write 1 honest paragraph about your feelings. That small practice will save you years of confusion. The second deeper layer is street education. Books give you rules, but streets show you the game. The real world is not a classroom. It is a battlefield filled with masks and motives. People lie. People pretend. People play games to get ahead. If you don't study this, you will be used. A young man started his first job with excitement. He worked hard, trusted easily, and shared ideas. 6 months later, his ideas were stolen by others. His best friend used him to get promoted. He broke down not because he was weak. He broke down because he was uneducated about people. Question for you: do you study people as much as you study books? Street education means learning how people truly behave. It means reading body language and hidden intentions. It means trusting slowly, observing carefully, and moving wisely. It's not negativity. It's survival intelligence. Study books like The 48 Laws of Power. Study negotiation, persuasion, and the art of silence. Observe daily interactions and ask, what did I miss? That awareness makes you harder to deceive, harder to break. The third deeper layer is foundation education. School trained you to memorize, not to live. It never taught you how to handle pain. It never taught you discipline, focus, or resilience. That's why many straight A students collapse in life. They ace exams but crumble after rejection or failure. They never learned how to sit with discomfort. They never built the muscles of inner strength. Foundation education is about training for life itself. It's about discipline, not just information. It's about habits that protect your identity. It's about saying no when it matters. Every day, ask yourself, am I practicing discipline or avoiding discomfort? Am I building habits or waiting for motivation? Read books like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Practice hard things daily, not to suffer, but to grow. Because without foundation, success collapses under pressure. Question for you. What habit can you build today to strengthen your foundation? The fourth deeper layer is problem-solving education. Your entire future depends on one question. Can you stay calm and solve problems under pressure? Most people panic. They freeze, complain, or wait for someone else. But builders face problems with clarity and courage. During the pandemic, 2 people faced the same crisis. One said, "This is unfair. I give up." The other asked, "What can I build from home?" One stayed broke. The other built a business online. That's the difference between complainers and builders. Daily practice of problem solving looks like this. Define problems clearly instead of vaguely. Break big issues into smaller steps. Remove emotion and use logic with courage. Journal one problem daily and find one better solution. Question for you. Are you training to complain or training to solve? Problem solvers are respected, promoted, and followed. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs people who stay calm when others panic. Action plan. 7 days and 90 days. Now let's make this real and practical. Knowledge means nothing without daily action. Here is a 7-day starter plan for you. Day 1. Pick one pillar and set 1 hour. Day 2. Learn 30 minutes, apply 30 minutes. Day 3. Remove one distraction for the whole day. Day 4. Write down 3 problems you can solve. Day 5. Share one small result with someone. Day 6. Review notes and capture 3 insights. Day 7. Rest 20 minutes. Reflect 10. Plan next week. That's your beginning. Simple, small, but powerful. Next comes the 90-day focus plan. Choose one area you want to master. Spend 30 minutes learning, 30 minutes practicing. At the end of every week, review progress. At the end of 90 days, you'll be transformed. Question for you. Which focus will you choose for the next 90 days? So here we are at the end of this journey. You've seen the brutal truth in Act 1. You've learned the 5 pillars in Act 2. You've discovered the deeper layers in Act 3, and now the choice is yours, completely yours. Will you stay the same, or will you grow? Will you let life teach you through pain, or will you teach yourself with discipline and clarity? Remember this always. 1 hour a day of self-education is more powerful than 10 years of blind work. Question for you. What will your 1 hour be today? Thank you for listening until the end, my friend. If this touched you, share it with someone. If it inspired you, repeat it until it sinks in. And if you are ready, live it every day. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs people like you, clear, strong, unstoppable. Your future is watching. Don't let it down.